Hello friends, welcome to this month's debt market update. Hope you all are safe and doing well. The month gone by was quite an eventful one. We had RBI monetary policy at the start of the month. The policy stance was dovish and rightly so, as the country was just coming out of the devastating second wave of pandemic COVID-19. Most part of the country were still under lockdown and economic activity crippled. In terms of policy action, RBI decided to keep the policy rates unchanged and also announce some additional liquidity measures to improve the flow of credit to the needy sector of the economy. MPC also announced Government Securities Acquisition Program 2.0 for an amount of 1.2 lakh crore rupees for the second quarter in order to contain the excessive volatility in the bond markets and allow the orderly evolution of the yield curve. In terms of policy guidance, MPC marginally increased the inflation projection to 5.1% from 5% projected earlier. Similarly, RBI also downgraded the growth projection for the current financial year to 9.5% compared to 10.5% projected earlier. Along with that, RBI also reiterated that it intends to continue with the easy monetary policy so long as it is necessary to revive and sustain the growth on a durable basis. As the month progressed, we saw continuous improvement in the containment of second wave of COVID-19, improving global growth trends on the back of massive vaccination programs and fiscal stimuluses from the government. We also saw the continuously rising global commodity prices, particularly the energy prices. This, along with the increased logistical costs due to supply chain disruption, led to higher inflation globally. Domestically also, we saw the CPI inflation print coming at 6.3% compared to market expectation of 5.4%. This was also higher and beyond the RBI's comfort zone of 2 to 6%. This led to a market expectation that RBI may end up in unwinding this current easy monetary policy sooner than what it was envisaged earlier. This, along with the fear of additional bond supply due to slippages in revenue collections, led to increased market volatility and despite RBI utilizing various tools including buying bonds under government security acquisition program, cancelling the bond auctions or devolving the auction stocks on primary dealers, yields rose across the curve anywhere between 10 basis point to 25 basis point. The only exception to this was the 10-year government benchmark, as most of the RBI's intervention was directed towards this benchmark security. Interest rates in the near term are likely to remain range bound as, due to the disruptions caused by the second wave of the pandemic, economic recovery has taken a temporary setback and now will require some more time to recover. Meanwhile, RBI is expected to continue with the accommodative monetary policy stance for a while longer. We also expect RBI to use various tools such as disposal to keep the bond yields under check in order to complete the government borrowing program in a non-destructive manner, as it has been doing for some time now. However, rising inflation and additional supply of bonds due to any fiscal slippages or any economic shock due to external factors remains a risk to this view. So far, like most other central banks, RBI too has been giving preference to growth over inflation, as in its assessment, the current rising inflation is transient in nature and caused by the temporary supply chain disruptions instead of rising demand in the economy. However, constantly high commodity prices, increased logistic costs, and delay in the restoration of supply chains, if went unchecked for longer, can become challenging and difficult to ignore for the central banks. However, in the medium term, we believe that we are currently at the bottom of the interest rate cycle and do not anticipate any further fall in the policy rates in the current cycle. We believe once the economic growth stabilizes from the shock of the current pandemic, RBI will start the normalization process of the current monetary policy by absorbing the excess liquidity from the market and narrowing of the policy rate corridor by raising the reverse repo rate. Though, due to the renewed wave of infections of more contagious mutant viruses and slow-paced vaccination program in the developing economy makes it difficult to predict any definitive timeline on this. Base case for now is the second half of the current financial year. This view, however, would be dependent on a couple of factors like containment of COVID infections, progress of vaccination program, and recovery of economic growth and restoration of supply chains and production capacities in the post-pandemic world. As the current rate curve is steep, yield rises sharply as we move up the maturity ladder. Longer maturities offer substantial spread and inherent protection up to a certain level to the investors in case of yield rise. However, as and when the RBI starts unwinding the current extraordinarily accommodative monetary policy, yields across the curve are expected to go up, and products with exposure to the longer term interest rates will exhibit more volatility due to their inherent risk. Accordingly, we suggest investors to match up their investment horizon with the portfolio duration and strategies which offer lower inherent risk in the form of active duration management or roll down strategies, particularly in the lower duration buckets. Accordingly, investors with investment horizon of up to 1 year can look to invest in ultra short or low duration maturity products. Similarly, the investors with investment horizon of 1 to 3 year can look to invest in short term bond funds like short term debt fund, banking and PSU debt fund, and corporate bond fund. Investors with longer maturity investment horizon can look to invest in longer maturity product in a staggered manner to gain out of the current steep rate structure. With this, friends, we'll wrap up this update. Thanks for a patient listening. Stay safe, stay invested. Thank you.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme related documents carefully.